Hello everyone, very good evening and once again welcome back to the session. So today we are here back again with loops. So welcome to the interview preparation session here and welcome to 360DigiTMG. So we have discussed the other day that we have done printing a table, right? For the first 10 numbers, the outer and the inner loops, where we call them as nested loops, where we have 4 combinations, that is for in while. We can have while and while. All the 4 combinations are possible, writing one loop starting with the for and the other loop starting with the while. So using that, we have seen that we can print tables here. So now when we are talking about for and while combination, okay, so Ashutosh, I want you to write a code, right, to repeat each name, okay, from this list 5 times.
Okay, sure. So first of all, guys, a very good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining this YouTube live session. I hope you guys are learning a lot from these sessions that we have been organizing. Now, coming to the question that our friend Deepthi has asked over here, and she is asking me to write a code where we want to, repeat each name from a list, 5 times. That is what I'm going to do, right? So allow me to share my screen. Is my screen visible, guys? So could you please confirm?
Yes.
Okay, so first let me define a list. Say I'm saying name is equal to. Any suggestion for the names, Deepthi? Should I take our names, B, U, and Bharat?
Yes, please do, Ashutosh. I want my name to be there on the code.
Yeah, so I'm taking Deepthi and say Bharat. And of course, my name should be there. I should. Right. And now I'm going to use my for. So I'm saying for name in names. So basically, I'm taking all the names that are there in the names variable. Now, I'm saying count should be 0. And then I'm using my while. I'm saying while count is less than 5. I want
should be names is equal to. I think that's what's showing error. Names is equal to Deepthi, Ashutosh, and this.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Names is equal to, yeah. Fine. Thank you for your correction.
No, it's popping up, no? That's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, again for name in names, count is equal to 0, while count is less than 5 because we want the repetition of only 5 times. So that is why I'm giving your count less than 5 over here. And then I'm saying print name, comma, and is equal to space and method. And I'm saying count should be equal to count plus.
Okay, increment counter.
Yeah, increment counter still. And then I'm saying, let me just cross check everything. Names is equal to Deepthi, Bharat, Ashutosh. For name and names, count is equal to 0. Yeah, hope this is going to work fine. Yeah, so now Deepthi, if you're observing, each of the name that I have specified in the variable names, it is getting printed for the 5 times. So
Okay.
basically, what I am doing over here is, here we are iterating the list using our outer for loop, right? Over here, I'm using the outer for loop and I'm iterating the list over here. And once that is done, in each iteration of the outer for loop, the inner for loop will execute 5 times to print the current name into 5 sequences 5 times.
Yeah, exactly. So the inner loop, inner while is running 5 times.
Exactly.
It's incrementing, it's running. That's why you have initialized here as 0. For every name in namespace, it has to go to first name, print it 5 times,
5
come
times.
out of that, again go for the second name, again print it, again third, again print it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Ashutosh. Yeah. Yeah. Bharat. So,
Yes, Deepti.
but if we have to, okay, print, okay, a pattern, okay, I want to print a pattern with, let's say 3 rows, 5 columns,
Okay.
and stars, if you can use stars.
Oh, so it is going to be 3 rows and 5 columns of stars.
3 rows, 5 columns, exactly.
Okay. So so I'll take that as asterisk. Can I print
Okay.
asterisk?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we can do that in loops. Let me share my screen. Please confirm if you are able to see my screen.
Yes.
All right. Let's start with what
It should be a
name
square, right?
Sorry?
Square. It should print in a form of a square.
Okay, squares. Yeah. So I'll start with for name in three. And then so it is 3 rows, correct?
Yeah.
Then I will say 3 rows.
5 columns.
And then it is 5 columns. Okay. For J in range. And here goes the columns. Sorry. This is yes, these are the columns. Now I will print the stars. Straight. And then okay. Execute this. And now I want to print. Okay. Here. So this will print me in squares. Let me print.
So first print. You got stuck, huh?
Is it?
No.
No.
Oh. It's connected.
Yes. Is there a lag?
Yeah, I think so.
Dipti, your video.
Yeah.
Huh. So here, like I just gave a comment. That is because, it is for the users to understand. I'm just mentioning that. So I was typing in. So these are your columns, and then here I'm calling the rows. Okay, and then let me execute this.
I think that print indentation, for loop, it should come out of the loop. Yeah, print.
Okay.
Yeah. I got it. Sorry.
Yes. We'll have to wait for
Yeah.
hypertension. Yes. See. So this is how it will be printed. And if you see, the case sensitivity, we talk about case sensitivity, right? See, if I little bit manipulate my loops, like if I manipulate my code a little bit, see how does it behave. I'm just want to give a illustration of this. Are you able to see the difference in the the asterisk, the stars, basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can
this
change.
way. Yes, Dipti.
You can change for first for loop 5 and second for
Yes.
loop 3 also.
Yes, that is right. I was about to say, and then you, that was my
Okay.
way of experimenting. We can, in the same code, I'm just replacing the rows and columns. See, this is how we can manipulate with loops.
Exactly. So it's per and per.
Correct.
Okay. So, okay. Ashutosh,
Yeah, Dipti.
what if I would like to ask you that you have to write a code so that you have to satisfy for loop inside a while loop.
Okay. See, sometimes it is quite helpful to use, one type of loop inside the another. So when we are talking about this putting one type of loop into the another, we can put a for loop inside the one. Now assume that we want to print all the perfect numbers between 1 to 100. Even before I tell you or I show you how we are going to do that, let us talk a bit about perfect numbers so that our viewers can understand
Yeah.
that what is actually the perfect number. So the perfect number n is defined as any positive integer where the sum of its divisors minus the number itself and equals the number. Now, the first few of these were already known to the ancient Greek guys, and these they are counted as 6, 28, 496, and 8128. So these were considered as your perfect. Now, since we are trying to, print the perfect numbers from 1 to 100, so while I will be doing that initially, from the perfect numbers that are known, that is 6, 28, 496, and 8128, I guess 6 and 28 is what we should be getting in our out.
Okay. If at all you are printing.
Between 1 to 100, yeah.
Exactly.
And one more thing that our viewers should, hammer this thing in their mind, that a perfect number denoted by small n is a positive integer, which is equal to the sum of its factors, excluding the n itself. Fine. Now I would like to share my screen And whatever I have said, I would like to show that on the Google Colab as well. Okay. I guess my screen is visible.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I want to print, say, show perfect number from 1 to 100. Here I'm saying, say, n is equal to 2. Why? N is less than equal to 100. Why? Because we are just trying to print the perfect numbers between 1 to 100. That is. Yeah. And then I'm saying x underscore sum is equal to 0. Now using the for loop for I in range, say from 1 till your n. X underscore sum is equal to x underscore sum plus is equal to n. That will be much better. I. If x underscore sum, I'm trying to use my comparison operator over here, comparing it with n. And I'm saying creating perfect number. Comma n. And then I'm saying this should be n plus equal to. Let me just cross check. Show perfect number from 100 is equal to 2 while there is less than equal to 100. X underscore sum is equal to 0. For I in the range 1 comma n, x underscore sum plus is equal to I. And then I'm using my x underscore sum comparison of the n. Yeah, hopefully this is going to. Something is wrong over here. It should ideally print 6 and 28.
Exactly. I think indentation should be
Mm,
because the for loops it's always the same.
yeah.
You do not have to worry. This is for the viewers. It is only the indentation. The logic remains the same. It is you all have to take care of the indentation to get the desired results. Okay.
Ashutosh, I think you are missing one because a perfect number you have to check no whether it is 0 or not.
Just a moment.
For I in a range 1 comma n, I think there's
X
some
underscore sum is
there
equal
should be
to.
some condition missing is what I.
X underscore sum plus is equal to I. Okay, just give me a moment, guys. I will just try to work it out. Just give me a moment.
So
Bharat in the,
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
another
Actually,
opportunity for our viewers. Look at the code, run it on your local machine, and please post your output in our comment box. You can do it. You have 1 minute time.
Actually, it is like, we have a formula to find out the perfect numbers, right? If at all, it's like, n is equal to 2, right? You have a formula like 2 power n minus 1 into 2 power n minus 1. So 2n minus 1 is a power into 2 to the power of n minus whole 1. So if your n is equal to, we have one number which is, we say that it is equal to sum of its factors, but except for that number itself. So these are always positive integers, right? So of all this, from 1 to 100, the smallest perfect number here is a 6. Because if you take 1, 2, and 3, it is noted that
That was a very silly mistake from my end. The mistake was this. I was just missing this condition that, as you mentioned, that I'm missing this thing, and yeah, that was a very silly
comparison.
mistake. But again, that is a part of our work. We can't ignore that. So yeah, guys, this is the condition I was missing. If n percentage of I, and I'm comparing that with 0. And now if you see the output over here, we are getting the perfect number 6 and 20.
yeah. 1 minute, Ashutosh. So
Yeah.
the smallest perfect number here, first we got is 6, because if at all you do sum of all these factors, what are the factors of 6? You have 2, 3, and 1.
Yeah.
Right? So if you add them, they are called as the proper divisors. Right? So we have to keep in mind that sum does not include the number itself. It means 6. It is not included. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. That is called as a perfect number. Now, if at all you start with 6, you have 28. And other than that, we don't have any number in 1 to 100.
100.
If you make it to 500, then you can change that. So you have a formula, as I told you, there's some formula behind the scenes which gets calculated. Like if you say 28, it is 1, 2, 4, 7, and 14. 1, 2, 4, 7, and 14. Exactly, for 28. If you add all those, excluding 28, it will be 28. Right? So, Ishutosh, you can change it to 500, right? N, so that we can get one more number, right? N less than or equal to 500.
Ashutosh, once you try with hundreds, you might also want to try
run
with
it.
thousands.
No, 500 is fine. I'm not wrong. Yeah,
exactly. 628 and 4 digits.
Yes. You have to write all the factors of 496, add them excluding 496, then that is 496 only.
Yeah.
That's where you get this perfect numbers. These are the perfect numbers what we have here. Okay. So, Bharat, why don't we use, Ashutosh was using a continue for normal loop.
Yes.
So, can we use this continue for nested loops also?
Yes, that is right, Dipti. We talked about the continue statement, the condition, that what continue does. It skips the current iteration, right? We earlier discussed this and said that it will skip the current iteration and it will move to the next iteration. Okay. So that is where we use a continue statement. What happens is it encounters anything that is inside the loop and it skips that particular statement and then moves immediately to the next one, next iteration. Okay. Even before I elaborate the explanation on this, I would like to give a small example on this particular thing in nested loops. All right.
Yeah, sure.
We'll operate on nested loop and see how it is being treated, how continue statement will behave. Right. Let me share my screen. I'm randomly assigning a variable. Okay. 2, 4, 6. And secondly, I'll say second. 2, 4, 6. Now, next I will say for I in first, right? And then I'll say for j in second. All right. Now, if you notice, I will start another condition. I will say if. I'll start with if condition. Here we are looking at specifically nested loops. Okay. I'll say if I is equal to j, the comparison operator. Okay. What I will do is I'm writing if I is equal to j. If that is the case, then you simply continue. Okay. And then what I want you to print is print. Let's say I
Multiplication.
that is right. Okay. Into j. I into j. All right. Don't worry about the spaces. It does not have that much of a significance. Say here in this case.
I think print
Yes, yes.
it should indentation.
No, that is right.
Okay.
Let me changes.
So it is going to print 2.
So what happens is,
Hmm.
so we are looking at this particular condition. Okay, the sprint is for this condition, or else it will keep continuing. Okay. Now let me execute this. This is how it will get printed. All right. Now, if you look at this particular example and going back to the explanations I was trying to make. So if you look at this example, okay, we have two loops. Okay. First is the outer loop, the outer for loop. Okay, which iterates the first list we have. We said first, right? And then you also have the inner loop. That inner loop is also getting iterated. Okay. And then let us look at the outer number. So if you look at the outer number, so the current number is same, and then it moves to the next iteration. So are you able to see this? Let me point exactly what. See, it moves to the next iteration, and then it skips this particular statement, and then it surpasses that and prints I into j. Is this correct approach, Deepti?
Yeah, exactly. So for infer with x is going to continue. It will only come out of the loop. Condition is satisfied.
Okay. So this is how you deal with nested loops.
With the condition and the continue statement.
Continue statement, yes.
Okay. So yeah, we can stop here. We'll continue with the different set of questions, like where we can have comprehension, list comprehension, dictionary comprehension, right? So hope there are set of questions. What we can do, we can add few more questions with nested loops and list comprehensions for the next day, right? Tomorrow. So thank you all for joining in, friends. Thank you so much. So please like, share, and subscribe, right? Thank you all for those who are watching recorded videos as well. Thank you so much. Happy learning. Thanks.
Thank you,
Ashish.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone, for staying in. Have a good day.